Welcome to the Knakal News Network. Knakal News Network is brought to you by Massey Knakal Realty Services, New York's #1 building sales firm.
Welcome to the Knakal News Network. I'm Mike Stoller on this beautiful sunny day in New York City to talk about what's happening in the state of real estate. I'm here with Bob Knakal, who's the chairman of the board of Massey Knakal Realty Services. So Bobby, is it a time to buy? Is it a time to sell? What do you think?
Well, there are a lot of question marks and a lot of uncertainty in the market, Michael. I think it depends on where you think the market is headed. We've come out of a recession that was very, very impactful on value. On average, we lost 38% of value from peak to trough. We've regained that loss in value, and in fact today, prices per square foot are higher for every product type than they were in 2007. So there are a lot of compelling reasons to want to be a seller today.
A lot of people say that the market was up this year, but now the market is going down. Treasury bills are going up. You know, I don't know. What do you?
Well, that's the reason why you may want to hold. But the fact is that if interest rates go up, and we all believe that interest rates are going to go up and very significantly.
So your squeegee board figured that one, okay.
Figured that one, but we think that if rates do go up, then the yields on alternative investments will go up also. And it will make real estate look like an asset that you have to get a better yield on in order to stay in.
If I came to you, what kind of yield can I expect from buying a multifamily building, or an office building, or a mixed-use property today?
Well, multifamily buildings today are producing returns of 3 and 4%, maybe 5% if you're lucky. For other types of investments, retail properties are probably 100 basis points higher than that. And in the office sector, it really depends what location you're in, but again, probably 100 to 150 basis points higher, provided that that asset doesn't have tremendous upside potential.
Now, let me play that I'm a little gambler, okay? You know, and I'm looking at emerging markets. Do you think maybe there are opportunities, you know, in Coney Island or in East New York or the Rockaways?
Well, I think there are opportunities all over if you find the right situation. I think one of the things that I find fascinating about the building sales business in New York is that the top 25 brokerage firms only handle about half of the transactions that have occurred over the last 12 years, which means that there are a lot of smaller brokerage operations that are selling properties and a lot of principal-to-principal activity that's going on, and that's where I think a buyer really could find opportunity in a property that's not widely marketed.
So how does a buyer find a not widely marketed property?
Well, I would develop relationships with small brokerage companies and also go out and contact the owners of properties directly and see if they're interested in selling.
So you mean I got to walk the streets over there, look around, find my property, and then say, ooh, I could go, I'll call Bob, maybe he knows the owner.
If it was easy to do, Michael, everybody would be doing it.
Come on. So you haven't answered my question. Do I buy or I sell?
Well, again, I think if you are an investor looking at the long term and you're going to hold for decades or generations, it's a good time to be buying. But I think if you were looking at a more short-term perspective, I think given the uncertainties that are created by the mayoral election here, by the budget deficits that we're facing, and a lot of uncertainty with respect to the real estate tax policy in New York, I think today is a very, very good time to sell.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks a lot, Michael. In summary, the question of whether now is the time to buy or sell is really dependent upon an investor's perspective and their risk tolerance. Those who are optimistic and are buying for the long term view current market conditions as ideal for acquiring quality assets for the future. Those who are more pessimistic believe that the increase in interest rates will lead to lower values in the future.
Thank you for joining us today. Tune in next week for another installment on the Knakal News Network.